We all face difficult moments in our lives sometimes, though tough, we strive and by the grace of God we can sail through the storm. What would be your worst decision in your most difficult time? Today, we shall tell the true life story of a lady called Franca who took the worst decision ever in her difficult moment. But before we begin, please invite the like button to a birthday party but close the gates on him the moment he arrives, and please subscribe to our channel and press the notifications button to be notified whenever we post a new video. Alright, let's begin. Franca was a beautiful young lady. She has been married to her husband some few years now. However, life was becoming unbearable for them because of financial difficulties they were facing. Due to this, Franca started posting her pictures on social media for fun. In the cause of doing that, a man outside the country saw her pictures and expressed interest in her. Franca didn't give him attention at the beginning because she was married. However, due to the financial difficulties they were facing, she later gave her contact to the man. This man started chatting with her, and not only that, but he also started sending her money as well, just to let her know that he was indeed interested in her. Franca on the other hand started giving this man more attention and never told him that she was married. A few months later, the man came to Ghana from Europe and Franca went and met him, and as usual they had an affair. The man later told her that he is really interested in her and would like to marry her, so he would go and see her family for the necessary arrangements to be done. Franca till this point didn't tell the man that she was married and didn't take the man to see her family members. Instead she discussed the issue with the husband with the hope that the man would help them. Franca then took her husband to greet the man, and she introduced her husband to this man as her brother. The man then said that if that is the case then he would take Franca's husband, who is now posing as her brother, to Europe. But he needed to get 9 additional friends who are interested in traveling so that he would prepare their traveling documents for them to travel, but each of the 9 friends must pay $5,000 for the process to go through. Franca and her husband thought something good could come out of the process for them, so he quickly mobilized his friends who were interested in traveling together, collected their monies and gave them to the man. Unfortunately, the moment the man received the monies, he vanished into thin air. Franca couldn't reach him again. His phone and chat lines were no longer going through. Due to this, Franca's husband was arrested because of the monies he collected from his friends. The hope they once had been dashed. Franca then reported the issue to her pastor with hope that he would assist her financially. However, her pastor demanded to sleep with her before offering any financial help. Franca in her desperation, allowed her pastor to sleep with her, and when everything was over, the pastor put 500 Ghana cedis on the table. When Franca protested, the pastor said that was all he could give her. Franca then angrily left the pastor and went home and decided not to attend the church again due to what the pastor did. Franca went to social media, and this time round she saw some young ladies displaying money and other luxurious property. They have a group name called Sisterhood. Franca then joined the group and told the leader all the problems she was facing. The leader then asked her to meet her at a place near East Legon. Franca met this lady and they joined a car which took them to a particular house within East Legon. The only thing Franca remembered was when they sat in the car, but as to how they arrived at that house Franca couldn't tell. At the house, they were ushered into one of the rooms and a man in the room asked Franca the number of children she had. Franca then told him she had only a child. Then he asked Franca to bring her son's school uniform for some rituals. Franca asked why, and the man told her that he wanted to give her some of her son's future wealth to solve her problems. That is why he wanted her to bring the uniform. Franca was convinced by that and later took her son's school uniform to this ritualist. This ritualist performed rituals on the uniform and told Franca what to do at night with the uniform. That night when Franca went home, she placed the ritual uniform on her son while sleeping and made incantations over him as well. The ritualist told her that if she followed the ritual well, she would see a change in the morning, but when she woke up the next morning nothing unusual had happened, so she later forgot about the whole adventure. But after some time Franca's son started falling sick. The sickness got serious that the boy was admitted to the hospital. Meanwhile Franca's husband was still in the police cells because of the money he took from his friends. When Franca realized that the problems are compounding, she sat down and started thinking. Then she remembered she had a best friend when she was in school who is now rich. Franca then contacted this friend and told her all the challenges she was going through. Franca's friend told her that she would take her to a place, but at a junction another car would come and pick them to the place blindfolded. Franca agreed and everything went as planned. They arrived in a big house and there they met a man to whom Franca told all the challenges she was going through. Just after Franca finished narrating her ordeals, the man brought out bundles of dollars amounting to $5,000 and said that money isn't a problem, but before he could give her the money, she must sleep with his dog. That is, if Franca could sleep his dog, he would give her $5,000 a day. Hearing this, Franca got annoyed, and just as she was about to leave, she saw other young ladies walking into the house, obviously to do what she had been asked to do. The lady who brought Franca started rebuking her for refusing to sleep with the dog and compared the amount she would get to what the pastor gave her after sleeping with her. Out of frustration and anger, Franca allowed the dog to sleep with her. She then took the $5,000 and left. But by the time she got to the hospital, her son was dead. However, she used some of the money to bail her husband from the police cells and to settle some debts. Unfortunately, Franca went back to sleep with the dog again because they were still in financial difficulties, and interestingly, Franca slept with the dog over 10 times, getting $5,000 anytime she went. Franca wanted her husband and her to establish a business or invest the money she was getting, so she had been giving the money to her husband. Unfortunately, her husband wasted the money without investing it, and now Franca is sick because of what she did and there is no money anywhere for her. Her so-called husband has also left her. This has been the true life story of Franca. What could she do now? Please leave your advice in the comments section and stay tuned for the next true life story.